of this video is to demonstrate how to utilize the new UKG time clock in Montgomery Public Schools. First things first, we need to know how to clock in at the beginning of the day. To do this, once your fingerprint has been registered by your electronic timekeeping assistant, you will simply be able to utilize the finger you registered to clock in. Now I am clocked in for the day. On this time clock, you can also request time off. You can do this by selecting the Request Time Off button. Once I select this, it'll ask me to identify myself. I'll simply utilize my fingerprint again. I will select the type of time off and hit select. I selected sick. There were also other options there in the drop down. I'll hit submit, enter my date that I'm sick, or I need to have a sick day. I need to be out the first half of the day. I'll hit select, and I can add a comment, and I could say doctor, because I have a doctor's appointment, so I'm utilizing my sick leave. I'll type in that and hit enter. Then I will submit. You already have pending time off for the second half. Do I want to continue? Yes. That was just because I was playing around earlier and added another time punch. Now that I did that and I submitted, it will go to my electronic timekeeping manager for approval. Also on the time clock, you can view your punches. This is every time you punched in on the time clock. So I can do this. I can view my punches. It's going to ask me to identify myself again. I utilize my fingerprint. And it shows every time for this week I have punched in. Now I have been doing some demos, so there's a lot of times here. To get back to the main page, I will always click the home button. Also on here, the next thing I'm going to go to is the transfer. This is for people who may work as a bus driver or work in evening academy, as well as a teacher, anywhere that you work that works on two different pay rates. So what I will do is I'll hit transfer. I'll identify myself. Okay, so now that I'm in, I'll select the location that I'm working at now that I'm transferring to. So I'm selecting the location. You can scroll to see other locations. I'll hit select. Now what extra duty is this? Is it base pay, bus driver, evening academy, extended day, field trip, homebound, summer learning, or tutoring? So say this is evening academy, and I'm going to hit select. So now I'm changing my pay rate from my base pay rate to the evening academy pay rate, and I will hit submit. Now my change has been successfully recorded. Now when I go to clock out, it'll clock me out from that pay rate. Also, some things you may want to notice. Say it's 8:10 and I just clocked in, but I had actually been here since 7:30. I can request a timesheet change. I will identify myself. I will modify a punch in. Hit submit. And I want to delete this one completely. So I'm at the point where I want to delete this one completely. I'm going to select it, hit submit. That's the one I want to submit and edit. So once I do this, I can select the time from. So it won't let me delete it completely, but I want to change it to 11 a.m. and hit enter. And then just say forgot to punch. Hit enter and submit. Now that request to change is being sent to your electronic timekeeping manager for approval. You also can view accrual balances here. At this time, our district has not loaded this, but you can select this, identify yourself, and then it would come up with all your sick leave and vacation days you have accrued. Now, very important, at the end of each week, the last working day of each week, you need to be sure to submit your timesheet. To do this, you'll select Submit Timesheet, identify yourself again, and select the week in which you want to submit your time. I will select the week, hit select. It shows me the timesheet started on 11/12. I will hit submit. It's going to be the timesheet summary. I'm going to tell them that this is a test so they know not to count this against me. And then I will hit submit. Now it's going to come up and say, I certify by submission of this timesheet it accurately reflects the time worked and leave used for the week. Payroll will be processed based on information provided on this timesheet. So please make sure before you submit. You may also want to go to the online portal to make sure that all your days are put in correctly. And then once you have done that and certified, you hit OK. Now my timesheet has been submitted to be approved by my electronic timekeeping manager, and my electronic timekeeping assistant may submit it to the payroll department. Really, that is all there is to utilizing the UKG electronic time clock. I hope this information will help you on your way.